If you have young children and you have already chosen a potential guardian, it might feel like you have everything covered. But there is one critical detail that many parents overlook. The person raising your children does not have to be the same person managing the money that you leave behind. And in many cases, keeping those roles separate is actually the smarter decision. Today, I want to explain why separating these responsibilities can better protect your children and your plan. When parents think about estate planning, they often focus on one question: who will take care of my children if something happens to me? But there is a second question that is just as important: who will manage the money for my children? And those two roles require very different skill sets. Let's start with what most people assume. They choose a guardian and assume that person will also handle the finances. It feels simpler: one person, one role, everything in one place. But this approach can create unnecessary risk. Raising children and managing money are two completely different responsibilities. A great guardian may not have experience managing investments or long-term financial planning, and a great financial manager may not be the right person to raise your children day to day. When you combine both roles into one person, you are asking them to take on everything, and that does not always lead to the best outcomes. There's also another factor to consider. When the same person is both the guardian and the financial decision maker, there is less structure and less oversight. This does not mean that person would do anything wrong. It does mean that there are fewer check-ins in place. Separating these roles creates balance. So what does this look like in practice? You can choose one person to be the guardian, the one who raises your children and makes day-to-day decisions. Then you choose a separate person to act as the financial trustee, the one who manages the money and follows the instructions in your trust about how to manage the money. The trustee can provide funds for your children's needs, education, and overall well-being based on the structure that you have set in place. This structure creates clarity. The guardian focuses on raising your children. The trustee focuses on managing the finances. Each person plays a defined role, and your plan works the way you intended. Let's look at a simple example. A couple chooses a close family member to raise all three of their children. They trust this person completely and feel confident in their ability to care for them. But they also recognize that managing a larger amount of money requires a different skill set. So they name a separate trustee who has more experience with finances. So now the guardian can focus on the children, and the trustee can manage the funds responsibly. This creates a strong, balanced plan. Another benefit is that it can reduce potential tension. When roles are clearly defined, there is less confusion about decision-making. The guardian does not feel overwhelmed by financial responsibilities, and the trustee has clear guidelines on how to manage the assets. This clarity helps everyone involved stay aligned. It's also important to understand that you can customize how this works. You can define how and when money is going to be distributed to your children. You can set guidelines for education, healthcare, and other needs. You can even include instructions that reflect your values. The goal is to create a plan that supports your children in the way that you intended. If you were thinking about this, here are a few questions to consider. Is the person you chose as guardian also the best person to manage finances? Would separating these roles create a stronger plan? Do you have clear instructions for how the money should be used? Because these decisions shape how your plan works over time. If you have young children and you are putting a plan in place, this is something worth thinking through carefully. At Allenby Law, we help parents design estate plans that are thoughtful, structured, and built to protect their children. We guide you through decisions like this and help you create a plan that truly works the way you intend. If you would like to review your plan or get started, you can reach out to us for a consultation. Because planning for your children is not just about who will care for them. It is also about how they will be supported and making sure both of these roles are handled the right way. And if you found this helpful, follow along for more insights on how to protect your family and your future.